everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, The Sun, where we're always working towards something greater. Today I'm doing an update of a life update video. I kind of like to do these life update videos every once in a while, just kind of as a check-in so that you guys can see kind of what's happening in my life. This channel seems a little bit about like my own documentation and kind of like my own glow-up diaries or something. Where I'm just kind of really working on myself, trying to bring better things into my life through practices with spirituality, law of attraction, personal growth kind of things. And so I kind of want to occasionally give life updates about what's happening in my life so that it kind of can be a little bit of documentation, not only for myself, but for you guys to see kind of where my life is going since the beginning of, you know, evolution of when my channel began kind of thing. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've lately been noticing that my videos are still not the best quality. I will say that. But I am hopefully working on trying to make some improvements still with that. I have noticed my video from the very start has gotten better. I've gotten more comfortable in front of the camera. And I'm trying to make a branding for my channel a little bit more with like what my thumbnails and stuff look like. Which I've really actually kind of been liking that look. So that's kind of what's been going on there, and I've also been trying to work on making my channel and my videos a little bit more structured, because I have noticed that some of my videos are a little bit ranty and off topic sometimes. They get a little too about myself, and I want the channel to be more about, you know, definitely things that I learned, but I want to be sharing them with you guys. I don't want it to be like super self-centered about just my life and who I am and what's going on with me and stuff. The channel really is about helping you guys out too. I'm on my, path and learning things for myself, of course, but I want to be able to share with you guys the things that I am learning that's helping me along the process and everything to get better in my own life, so that you guys can also use some of those tips and details to help you as well. So moving into my life update, what's been going on with me, where I've been living, how things have been going, all those wonderful, interesting things. So I've been doing, one of my last videos was about me starting a property inspection job. And I didn't know how that was going to work out, and if it was really going to be good for me or not, or if I was actually just going to end up not liking it and it being too much and too hard. I have been doing that job for about a year now, and it's been pretty good. It really has been something that's worked pretty well for me. I get to do quite a bit of driving, but I'm also doing stuff out in the field, but I'm not having to interact with people too much. So it's really kind of been perfect for me. There have been times where I'm not really in a super high volume area, and so there have been times when I don't have enough work really to make a lot of money, and so that's been a problem for me a bit at times. That has created some financial issues at times. Sometimes it pays really well and I get quite a few assignments and stuff to do very well for pay, but other times it's very slow to where there's like nothing. And I won't deny, I like the lulls and not having things to really have to do, but of course it's not beneficial for money purposes. So that's kind of a problem that I've been having, and thinking, it really would be useful if I had a passive income to kind of help fill in these gaps of this income lull, and to, when the pay is good, make it even better, and when the pay is not so great, make it, more steady and consistent and not such of a big fall. So I've still been trying to figure out some passive income ideas. I've been working on some things a little bit. I get to a point sometimes where the things that I want to make passive incomes from, as you guys would know, honestly, a lot of the time it turns into a legal process where you have to get copyrights and things like that to be able to sell certain things or whatever for a passive income. And I mean, so that kind of puts me at a halt sometimes, where I'm like, oh man, now I got to deal with the legal stuff, and how much is that going to cost, and what is that going to entail? But I'm trying to work past that. And so those are some things that I've kind of been wanting to do, working on. But the job front has been pretty good for the most part. There also have been times where I've thought about maybe I should just leave it, because it's been putting a lot of miles on our car, and You know, sometimes it's like hundreds of miles. Sometimes it's like 600 miles within like a week. Sometimes it seems like it gets up there. Sometimes it racks up pretty fast. I feel like within the last year I've been doing it, it's been like 12,000 miles or something that's been put on our car, and I don't really like that. The only other alternative to that feels like buying a whole nother vehicle just to use for work purposes, which will be great, but that's really a big investment. There's been times with it that haven't been super great, as far as there being things that sometimes I have to do when I'm not doing that particular job, and I have phone calls I still should be making, emails I should be sending, cases I should be closing, things like that that sometimes just get a little bit obnoxious and a bit too much. And coming home after I've been out in the field all day having to send in assignments that sometimes literally takes like 4 hours to do, just sending in on a day that I'm not doing that job, or later that night after I've already worked like a 10-hour day or something. So it has its trade-offs. You know, I don't expect to find anything that never has any stress, because that's just life. You know, there's a balance between good and bad. So I don't exactly expect to ever find something perfect that just never has stress, because it probably will. But as far as it goes, it's still been a really pretty good job. And as far as the job front goes, I would say that this has probably really been my best job yet that I've had, as far as I've gone on this journey to find something better for jobs. So it started to prove to me that yes, there are better jobs out there and more suiting jobs for the kind of things that I want and need in my life, but sometimes it's just really hard to kind of find those opportunities and those things and get those things going and working right. So that's kind of that part of my life. As far as a weight loss perspective, I haven't been doing the best with that, to be completely and totally honest. The only thing is that I did create like a weight loss journal for myself. I have been using MyFitnessPal for like about a month now, to keep track of my calories, and I just kind of keep gradually taking that down. Like I started at my baseline that I got and found out, which was how many calories I was eating as an average on any given day, just when I wasn't trying. And that was about 2,400 calories. I've kind of gradually been taking it down, to now I'm at 2,100. And I think it's been better doing it that way, because it's been a slow change that's been giving time for my body to adjust to that, and get more used to that change, get more used to dropping calories, so that my body doesn't go into just like an automatic shock of, oh my gosh, where did all the food go? And you know, it's already a big change when you think about it, of like 700 calories a week if you cut it down just 100 calories. That's already a big change on your body. But if you go from like what I was eating, the 2,400, to what like MyFitnessPal recommends at like 1,800 to start losing weight, I calculated that out, and that was like 4,000 some calories that your body is going to be missing on like a weekly basis. And that seems like kind of a big shock to your body. So I've really just kind of been trying to have a little bit more self-love, self-compassion, be kind to myself, take it slow, make it sustainable. And I think that that's really been helping. I will be completely honest that doing this calorie counting, I dreaded it. I did not want to do it. Calorie counting is not fun to me. I don't really want to have to do it for the rest of my life either. So I don't really know how I'm going to make that work at this point, but it has been helping, and I do feel like it's more attainable to reach my goals. So I have been really continuing to try to do that, because I really do feel like I'm at a point where it's like, okay, well, whether I feel motivated to lose this weight or not, it needs to happen. You know, like I don't really want to keep going in the wrong direction. I would like to get course corrected and go the right way. So, you know, I just need to do it. I just need to be consistent. I just need to do it. As far as my personal life goes and how things are going with that, there are some updates and are some interesting things to report there. So I made a video about a revelation that I'm going to post soon here. So by the time you guys see this video, that video may already be out. It was basically just about me having a revelation about my own personal healing and becoming a healer for other people. And since that revelation, I said in that I was going to be looking for therapy options. And I actually have started that. I have started doing the therapy. It didn't take nearly as long as I thought it was going to. I didn't do it for so long because I was afraid of the cost. But it actually turned out to be way more affordable than I ever even imagined it to be. So I really recommend doing some kind of a sliding scale to anybody that's out there thinking about getting therapy, to definitely just check it out, because that was really just kind of the game changer, of which I was like, okay, this really is attainable. I really can do this. And I really think I just need to get started with it. So I've started going to therapy. I also have started having more of a consistent schedule with things, which has been a trouble with me for a while, but it's not like I'm just overnight, changed and I'm completely different. There's still things that I am slowly building, slowly trying, slowly figuring out. So it is taking some time to get things up and going at times. Like counting the calories, staying on that is a new thing that I've been doing and staying pretty consistent with, and staying kind of in a routine and a schedule with. And that's been great that I've been doing that. Sometimes it is a struggle for me, but I just have to kind of keep getting myself back on the wagon, that even if there's times that I don't keep up with it as well as I should, I'm not taking it as a complete failure and I just need to start all over or whatever. It's more just really being compassionate and understanding to myself that life's going to get in the way, and things are going to happen sometimes that aren't always going to allow me to do some things, and just kind of be understanding of that. And if I don't get around to it one week or something, that's fine, that's okay. Just keep doing it and get back on it and get back to it. So I've been doing that with the calorie counting, and I also have been doing some yoga pretty continuously. I've been doing that for close to, I think, 20 days or so. And this has been like once a week kind of thing. This has been a once a week kind of thing. So it's actually been like months that I've been keeping up with it, but it's been a once a week kind of a thing. And again, I haven't been perfect on that. It's not like every single week I've been true to it and kept up with it. Lately, I've been slipping on it a little bit, and that's kind of my struggle. And sometimes even if I can keep things up for a little bit, I eventually get lazy and stop doing it as much. And I'm trying to really focus on noticing when that starts to happen, when I start to get lazy, and make those things actually continue. And I've been trying to give myself a mantra of, I don't have to, I want to. And that's been helpful. Kind of getting over some emotional and mental hurdles and things that stand in the way of me doing things sometimes. I really just kind of, with the yoga, been taking it gentle. It hasn't been anything too crazy. I'm just trying to build a relationship and some rapport with myself and some trust with myself, to show myself that I am capable of following through on the things that I want to do and want to have. So it's really just been some relaxing yoga. It's not been anything intense. It's just been something that I wrote down, my own little routine, because one of the hurdles I was having with doing yoga was doing it on a TV or getting out my phone to have to find a certain video that I'd saved to do it. So I literally just wrote it out on a piece of paper, drew little stick figures of the movements and everything that I wanted to do. And I just kind of learned that, memorized it, and I do it. I do it on a weekly basis as much as I can. And if I miss it, I don't be hard on myself. I just go, oh darn, I missed it. I just didn't feel like doing it this week, or whatever came up. And so I'll just get back to it and do it next week, and just keep trying to remind myself that I like to do it, because I actually have been liking doing it. It's just that sometimes I get lazy and don't do it. So that's kind of what's been going on with that. Also, I've decided that I think I'm going to start trying to do things with cycles of the moon a little bit more, because I do work with the moon as far as spell work and things go. But I hadn't been really utilizing it so much with using it for kind of like journaling prompts and putting things into action in my life. And I really think that that would be beneficial and helpful, because for a long time I've been looking for a balance between things, and it kind of really does give that balance, and I'm really actually kind of excited about that. So it gives times of when you have energy, should be putting in some action, intention, doing things, putting in that motion with the waxing moon and setting your intentions on the new moon. And then when you get into the full moon, you just be grateful for it, maybe put in a final push of what you want, release things. And then into the waning moons, you just can kind of, you know, the full moon and into the waning moons and everything, you can just kind of be grateful, look back on what you did, and just kind of go into that seclusion place where you're kind of in more of a fall and winter kind of place, like you have the internal seasons and things. So I'm hoping that that is also going to be useful and beneficial to me, and if so, I plan on making videos for that as well. I'm also planning on, my sister recommended making videos for tarot, the suits of tarot, and I was thinking of doing that and just kind of like all the cards, just learning them one by one. So those are some videos to hopefully start looking forward to if you're interested in those. And as far as, the crystal healing part of my life and getting tasks done, I will be honest that, things with that have not entirely improved. I have been, lazy with that, but that's part of where I'm hoping that the moon cycles can come in and help me start establishing things and getting things done and working on it at times until it's completed. And that I think can be helpful and useful. So it's just, I've started making small changes, but again, things don't happen overnight. Just like I mentioned in my Become a Better You video, things take time to make changes to yourself and things like that. So I'm not going to be too hard on myself for not being a complete taskmaster yet. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what's been going on in my life. That is where I've been. Things have been pretty good going on for me currently right now. I'm just slowly still trying to work on things and trying to not feel the pressure so much of my future and what I want to happen. Like I mentioned in that law of attraction toxicity video, that I'm kind of just trying to lean more into, it's okay if changes are slow. I'll get where I'm going if I just keep putting in the efforts and the action, whether that's way off in the future or tomorrow. Just trust when it's going to happen. Just focus on what you can do today, focus on what you can do now, and not live in the future wondering when it's going to happen and if it's going to happen, because I don't have control on that. So yeah, that is what has been happening. So I hope that this video is interesting to you guys. If you guys want to put some comments in the comment box about things that you've been improving on in your own lives and kind of your own personal glow up of, things that have been going well for you in your life or things that have been attracted to you, I would be interested to know what great things have been coming to you guys. So I hope that you guys are all reaching for the sun, the sky, the stars above. May life be filled with happiness, light, and love.